Carlo Ancelotti is not going anywhere. Carlo Ancelotti is not leaving, and Carlo Ancelotti is staying at Real Madrid. Before the game against Salzburg tomorrow in the press conference this afternoon, he has confirmed to the whole world, he has confirmed publicly that the rumours that came out yesterday of him potentially leaving by the end of the summer and by the end of the season is absolutely not true. They all fake rumours. Don't believe them. I'm actually not only am I planning to stay for one more year, I'm planning to stay till 2029, which means we are going to be seeing Carlo Ancelotti for 4 more seasons. But what really was fascinating to me is not the fact that he wanted to stay. It's not the fact that he was looking to stay. I mean, of course, Carlo loves Real Madrid and he wants to stay at Real Madrid for as many years as possible. But it's the fact that he said 4 years. And the reason why he said 4 years is because he said, I hope to stay for 4 more years, the same as the president, Florentino Perez. And this would be the perfect in order to do the big farewell together in 2029. I think that's the key word. The key word is the same as the president, and the key word as together in 2029. Listen, let's be honest and let's be real, yeah? Did we expect Carlo Ancelotti to get sacked after the Barcelona result, which I saw some people say they would love for him to get sacked, and I saw some people say, some reports came out and said that if Carlo loses against Celta Vigo, his position is in danger. That was never going to happen. Carlo was never going to get sacked. Why would he get sacked after still being available in 3 competitions, which is the main 3 competition, which is the Champions League, the League, and the Copa del Rey? Why would he get sacked after just winning 2 trophies, the Club World Cup and the European Super Cup? He was never going to sack. And on top of that, why would he get sacked halfway through a season when there is no other candidate except for Solari? So the idea of him getting sacked was never a possibility, and I never believed it. One thing which I did expect and one thing which I did hope that it was going to happen is that him leaving by the end of the season. I was hoping that this would be his final season with his team, and I hoped that by next season we'll have a complete new manager. It's nothing, no disrespect to Carlo. It's not like I wanted Carlo to leave and get sacked and X, Y, and Z. I do hope and pray for the best that Carlo this season will put his hands up and say, you know what, chat? You know what, guys? I think I'm holding this team back. And I think he is. I think everyone knows. Everyone who's been watching Real Madrid so far this season, and everyone who's been watching every single game, not specific games, every single game Real Madrid this season, they know that Carlo Ancelotti is finished. Carlo Ancelotti, he is no longer there in terms of tactically speaking. And I think Real Madrid now, with all the players that we have and all the profiles that we have, we need a manager that can actually create a system. We can't just be relying on individual brilliance every single season under Carlo's tenure. So that's why this season I was expecting Xabi Alonso to pretty much join by the beginning of next season. But the fact that he's come out now and said that 4 years is interesting. And it's interesting that he said with Florentino Perez. Because he can easily say, Carlo, listen. With Carlo, every word is calculated. Carlo is not dumb. Carlo is not dumb, bro. He's not stupid. He's a very calculated manager. If he doesn't have tactics, trust me, he knows what he's saying with every single word when he comes out in the press conferences. This is why I said, same as the president, and together, it means 2 things. It means him and Perez has already had a discussion. It means him and Perez has already decided, I'm not going anywhere. Are you going to sack me? I know you sacked me in 2015, which you should not have done it. And Perez has come out more than once in the past decade and always said, I regretted sacking Carlo Ancelotti. I regretted sacking Carlo and hiring Benitez. So he knows he regrets sacking Carlo Ancelotti. So he knows he's not going to be committing the same mistake, because when he did it in 2015, it not only did it impact Real Madrid, it impacted the environment and the harmony within the team, because every single player, they loved him. They loved Carlo. And this is one thing which Carlo has more, in my opinion, more than any other manager. His man management and his people skills is better than anyone I've seen. Players, they love him. And I don't think it's rare that I see, maybe the Bayern tenure is only one example, but I think at Real Madrid, I'm speaking Real Madrid only, it's rare that a manager, Zizou's another one to be fair, but it's rare that managers come in and not only improve players, but every player loves him. Every player loves him. So he knows back then the team was upset. But back then we had star players, experienced players, and they were upset. These young kids that we have right now, they all adore Carlo. So Perez knows if I sack Carlo Ancelotti mid through a season or the end of the season, the likes of Vinny and Kama and Tchouameni and Rodrigo and all these players, they'll be upset because they absolutely love Carlo. So Perez is not going to be committing that same mistake. That's why I think Perez has already decided in his mind. Yes, the rumors has come out and said that Xabi is the favourite to replace Carlo. The key word is always to replace Carlo. There's never been reports of Xabi coming this season or Xabi coming next season. It's always to replace Carlo, to replace Carlo, to replace Carlo. So the fact that he said 4 years, it leaves me to question things. Because there's not just his decision. I do think he's not going to come out and say, yo, I would love to stay 4 years. He didn't say, I'm hoping to stay 4 years. He didn't say, okay, to be fair, he did, I hope to stay 4 years. He didn't just say, but it depends on what the president says. It depends on everything else. No. The same as the president. Together. Which obviously means these two had a discussion with each other. Perez has come out and said, listen, I'm not planning to stay at Real Madrid for so many years. I'm not planning to stay for Real Madrid to 2040, 2050. I've managed my best to create a system and an environment and a franchise for this club. And his biggest objective was not only winning the Champions League, the 13, the 14 and the 15. Now, his biggest objective was the stadium. The stadium has now been completed. And now Real Madrid are getting, in terms of revenue, the revenue is going higher and higher and higher and higher. So financially speaking, Perez has set Real Madrid up for so many years. Even when another president comes in, they don't have to do as much work as Perez because Perez has pretty much created, here you go, the foundation is there. Now just walk with it and just make sure you keep everything together. Keep everything running smooth because I've done the hard work. All you have to do, just make sure the ship, it keeps sailing. And if he said that, I do expect Perez to leave. 2029 is when it's going to happen. So the fact that Carlos now said 2029 is when I'm leaving and we both leave together, yeah, them two had a discussion. Is it the right decision for Real Madrid? Absolutely not, because I do think, listen, you guys think I might be harsh on Carlo. And again, I might be too harsh on Carlo. Some people say, listen, you're ungrateful. It's fine. I'm more than happy for you guys to call me that. Am I ungrateful? Maybe I am. The same manager who's the most decorated manager in Real Madrid history. The same manager who's won 3 Champions League with Real Madrid. The same manager who gave us something that no other manager could have done, which is the La Decima. I'm always grateful for what he's done. But at the same time, I understand there is a limit and there's a ceiling, and understand that he is now past that limit. Him staying 4 years is not something which I want to enjoy. I don't want to witness that. Him staying next season, let alone forget 4 years, him staying next season is not something which I want to see. Because I think everyone can agree watching Real Madrid, Carlo can't take this team any further than what we already have. And I know what you guys are about to say. You guys are first in the league. You guys have won 2 trophies this season. You guys have won 5 trophies in 2024. You guys are still in the Champions League. You guys won the Champions League last season. It means nothing. Wallah, it means nothing. I think from the outside looking in, it's very simple, it's very easy. I think everyone understands 5 trophies is amazing. Why would you sack him? if you're part of this team, and if you watch this team week in and week out, you know deep down that Carlo is not the manager for this team. And you know deep down Real Madrid is playing some of the worst football since maybe arguably 2015-16 under Benitez within the first couple 5 months, or even before that, even before Jose or before Pellegrini. So you're looking at this team, bro, when have we been entertained? When have we said to ourselves we played one great full game? And the manager's supposed to make this happen, because the manager, look at the talent that he's got at his disposal. But at the same time, I'm not disrespecting Carlo. At the same time, I understand what Carlo's done and what he had to deal with in terms of the injuries and the lack of signings and so many reasons of what Carlo. And I'm not stopping. I'm not stupid to understand the improvement and the progression he's made to so many players, including Vinicius Junior and Fede and so many players. But at the same time, understand that thank you for your services, but now it's time to leave. But I'm kind of disappointed that he doesn't know that himself. And I'm kind of disappointed that he came out and said in the press conference after the game against Las Palmas, he said, I don't understand why Madrid fans are upset because they're saying that we're playing bad football. We're not playing bad football. I mean, how can you actually come out with a straight face and say we're not playing bad football? I'm taking accountability by saying, yo, Fairs, why the hell are you not coming out and taking accountability of this season and what we've done so far this season? If you're actually trying to convince yourself we've been playing good football this season, then you guys are clearly seeing an issue here. If he thinks we're playing good football, my brother, when is he going to improve then? And this is him being here for 4 years. 4 years. So you guys really think this season is just a one-off season? My brother, we were playing like this last season. And the year before. And the year before. So what? You want 4 more years of this? Listen. I think happiness is very overrated. I think the word happiness means nothing. I think, what's the point of being happy? Yesterday I was happy, and I saw fake rumors, I saw fake news. I was happy for the fact that finally he left. Not because I hated him, not because I wanted him gone. To be fair, I do, but I understand that this team has got so much to accomplish, and it cannot be with him. He can't do it. He cannot do it. But let's see. Let's see if we've got faith in the manager who has never ever retained a trophy. And last season we won the Super Cup. We lost it this year. Last season we won the Champions League and the league. Let's see what happens this season. But a part of me, just a part of me, I do think Perez is looking at this situation with one thing and one thing only. The idea of Perez staying 4 years, of Carlo staying 4 years is a possibility. But only if there is no other options available for him. And there is one option available which Perez does not want to miss out on. Because Perez has missed out on players and he's regretting it till this day. And one of them has been Neymar. Ever since he missed out on Neymar, this brother has got 150,000 scouts in Brazil, in every single city in Brazil, making sure whoever, when you're born, if you're 5, 7, 10, 15, and you're talented, let me know so I can sign him. He regrets that day too, forever. And I'm sure he will regret it if he doesn't sign Xabi Alonso as the next manager. Because I think he looks at Xabi Alonso as the next manager for 10 or 15 years. I think he looks at Xabi Alonso, he can be what Pep was at Barcelona to Real Madrid. I think he looks at Xabi Alonso as the successor for at least a decade. But the question about Xabi Alonso is, when are you going to pull the trigger and to get Carlo Ancelotti, so to get Xabi Alonso? Because Xabi's not going to stay at Leverkusen for so many years. Part of Xabi's contract, and the reason why he extended, part of his contract is he's allowed to negotiate at his cost, at his choice, by the end of the season. Real Madrid is most likely an option. So is Perez willing to sacrifice not getting Xabi Alonso for 2 or 3 more years to keep Carlo? That's what I don't think is going to happen. If we win the Champions League or the league, both of them or one of them, Carlo might stay. If we lose both of them, then Carlo's wishes might not come true. But listen, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the situation, about the whole Carlo Ancelotti situation, whether you actually want him to stay, and whether you think him staying 4 years is actually a possibility. Like I said, bro, if you got happy yesterday, reality has kicked in, bro. As I said, happy is an overrated word. Happiness means nothing in life. And I think yesterday was an example. Today is the biggest slap on your face you can get. Yesterday I had the biggest smile on my face, bro. I was smiling. I was happy. This brother probably watched my video. He probably called YouTube like, yo, brother, get this video down, fam. I ain't leaving. He made boss calls. And today he just come out and said, what? What? You want me to... you want me to leave? Hey, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be here to as many years as possible. And what? 4 more years of Carlo. My brother, I'm 6 months in, and my heart pressure's already going up. I'm already getting grey hairs, fam. I'm a 21-year-old guy, but I'm looking like I'm 45. If I get 3 more 4 years of Carlo, I'm going to be a few at this age in the 60s, my guy. I'm going to be collecting my pension whilst doing videos for this guy. May Allah bless us, and may Allah bless everyone here. Thank you guys for watching. And if today is an example of why you should be praying every single day, pray. Hasad is crazy. The evil eye is crazy. Because yesterday, I was happy. But I know a lot of Barcelona fans that gave me evil eye. And look, Hasad is real, man. Hasad is so real.